Chosen one, something is shifting beneath your feet. The energy around you feels strange, like time itself is rearranging, preparing to move you into a place you've never seen before. The familiar suddenly feels uncomfortable. The routine feels too small, and your spirit keeps whispering that something bigger is calling your name. You can feel it in your bones. A relocation, both physical and spiritual, is on the horizon. The universe is moving you from where you've survived to where you're meant to thrive. Every delay, every closed door, every lonely night, it's all been leading to this. Your location is about to change forever, and once it does, nothing about your life will ever be the same again. Before we go deeper, stay until the end of this message, because what's about to unfold carries the frequency of alignment and manifestation. Comment your warmest wishes and 777 below to release your intention into the universe. When you write it, you're not just typing numbers, you're planting spiritual coordinates for your next destination. The universe reads vibration, not words. Let your energy declare, "I'm ready." Let your faith set things in motion. The gates of transformation are opening, and your wish is the key that unlocks them. You've been sensing for a while now that you no longer belong where you are. The conversations no longer feed your soul. The walls around you feel too tight, and the energy of your environment seems to resist your growth. It's not because you've failed, it's because you've outgrown it. The space that once held your dreams can no longer contain your expansion. You've been in a season of spiritual confinement, and the universe is about to break the cage. You were never meant to stay where pain tried to bury you. You were meant to bloom somewhere new. When the universe prepares to change your location, it starts by making your current one uncomfortable. The signs show up subtly at first. Your emotions feel restless. Your routines lose meaning. The people you once felt close to suddenly become distant. That's not rejection. That's redirection. The energy of the new season begins to pull you away from old patterns. You may even feel like things are falling apart, but in truth, they're falling into place. The place that fits your purpose is calling for you, and the universe won't let you stay still anymore. This shift isn't just about geography, it's about vibration. You are being moved into an environment that matches the frequency of your future. The old energy around you was fine for your survival, but not for your expansion. You've learned, healed, endured, and evolved. Now your surroundings must rise to meet that new frequency. Your next location will not only reflect who you've become, but it will also attract who you're destined to meet. There are people waiting for your presence in this next chapter, souls who will recognize your light without explanation. You might notice strange alignments happening now. Conversations that hint at change, opportunities that suddenly appear from nowhere, restlessness that pushes you to consider what once scared you. These are not coincidences, they're coordinates. The universe is mapping out your transition. It's like a compass recalibrating your path after years of standing still. Every obstacle, every disappointment, every closed door you've faced was secretly turning you in the right direction. What felt like detours were divine recalculations. You were never lost, just being guided. This next move will be bigger than relocation, it will be revelation. When you arrive in the place designed for you, things will start aligning effortlessly. The right connections, the right opportunities, the right timing, all flowing without force. You'll realize that the delays were not denials, they were divine protection. The universe was shielding you from entering spaces that couldn't handle your light. You had to mature spiritually before stepping into a frequency this high. You're not just moving homes or cities, you're shifting dimensions. There's a sacred discomfort that comes before destiny. You'll feel like nothing makes sense anymore. The places that once felt safe now feel foreign. The relationships you once depended on begin to fade. Even your dreams may change shape. That's how you know the transition has begun. The universe never moves you without stripping away the weight you can't carry forward. The detachment you feel is not loss, it's liberation. You are being emptied so you can travel light into your next location. Don't be surprised when people start to misunderstand you. They'll think you're distant, distracted, or ungrateful. But the truth is, you're simply shifting into a vibration they can't perceive yet. Your spirit is packing up before your body does. Energy moves before matter. Your soul has already left places your body still stands in. That's why you feel disconnected. It's because your spirit has already relocated. The universe is waiting for you to catch up. In the coming days, you'll start noticing subtle nudges. A sudden idea to explore a new city. A job opportunity in a place you've never considered. A random conversation that feels like destiny, disguised as small talk. Pay attention. These are the breadcrumbs of alignment. Nothing will feel forced. The signs will repeat, synchronicities will multiply, and your intuition will grow louder. When the call comes, you'll know. It won't feel like escape, it'll feel like arrival. What's coming will require faith, but not the kind that fights. It's the kind that flows. You won't need to push or beg. Doors will open with a simple knock. The universe moves easily when you move with trust. Your relocation won't be chaotic, it will be graceful. It will look sudden to others, but you'll know it's been building all along. Every prayer, every lonely night, every silent decision to keep believing was part of the journey that led here. Your new location will not just change your surroundings, it will change your identity. You'll walk differently, speak differently, feel lighter. What once drained you will no longer find you. You'll notice how your energy attracts peace instead of confusion, purpose instead of distraction. The soil of your new space will nourish the seeds of destiny you've been carrying for years. You'll finally feel rooted, not trapped, grounded, not confined. The universe relocates chosen souls not just to bless them, but to position them. There are doors waiting for your knock, people waiting for your wisdom, and opportunities waiting for your presence. You've been hidden long enough. You were being cultivated in silence for a season, where your light would finally be needed elsewhere. This is that season. The world is about to see what patience built in secret. You'll soon find yourself walking through a place that feels strangely familiar, even if you've never been there before. That's how destiny works. It feels like remembering. You'll realize you were always meant to be there, that every moment of waiting was divine timing, preparing your arrival. You'll understand why certain places never felt like home, because home was always waiting ahead. Don't resist the shift. Don't fear the unknown. The same universe that moved mountains to protect you is now opening gates to promote you. You're not being uprooted, you're being replanted. The soil may change, but the gardener remains the same. Every lesson, every tear, every breakthrough has prepared you for this. The vibration of your next location will match your healed heart. And when you step into it, you'll know deep down you didn't just move, you ascended. The energy around you has begun to stir. It's subtle at first. The restlessness in your sleep, the pull in your chest, the sense that the walls around you are shrinking, even though nothing has physically changed. You can feel movement coming, like a spiritual wind rising before the storm of transformation. This is the phase right before the shift becomes visible. Everything in your current environment is echoing the same truth. You've completed this chapter. What once sustained you now feels too small, too repetitive, too lifeless. The universe is whispering, it's time to move. And this time it's not just a move of the body, it's a migration of destiny. You are being called to a place that carries a vibration in harmony with your soul's next level. The very air of that new place will energize you differently. The opportunities there will seem to fit you perfectly, as if they were waiting for you all along. You will not have to force anything. The alignment will feel natural, almost eerie in its precision. The place your spirit has been yearning for is real. It's already prepared. The only thing left is for you to trust the transition enough to walk toward it. At first, this change may come through disruption. Plans will suddenly stop working, people will grow silent, situations you counted on will dissolve without warning. These are not coincidences, they're cosmic signals that your season here is over. The universe will start detaching you from anything that could delay your movement. It will confuse you at first because endings rarely arrive politely, but if you look closer, you'll see the divine fingerprints all over the chaos. The collapse of the familiar is the construction of the new. This relocation isn't only about leaving behind what's old, it's about entering what's divine. Every environment carries a frequency, and your spirit has outgrown the one you're in. That's why the comfort you once enjoyed now feels like resistance. The vibration of your current space is too low for the dreams you're about to birth. You've been trying to stay small in a place that no longer has the capacity to hold you. The unease you feel is your soul pressing against the limits of your surroundings. You're being pulled by destiny itself, and that pull will only grow stronger until you respond. You may start seeing numbers, hearing songs, or receiving signs that seem to point to a specific direction. Don't ignore them. The universe speaks through repetition. If something keeps showing up, an idea, a location, a name, a coincidence, it's not random, it's navigation. You are being guided through frequency, not logic. The mind will question it, but the spirit knows. You'll feel a subtle peace about one path and unease about another. Trust that peace. It's the compass of your next location. There's a sacred moment between endings and beginnings, a pause where everything feels uncertain. You're standing in that in-between now. It's where patience and faith are forged. Don't rush to fill the silence, let it breathe. The universe is rearranging circumstances behind the scenes. People are being positioned, opportunities are being scheduled, timelines are being aligned. You're not stuck, you're being synchronized. Every delay you face now is a divine pause to ensure that when you move, everything meets you at the exact right moment. You might feel isolated right now, but that isolation is insulation. It's the universe protecting your energy while your new path is being built. You're being hidden from unnecessary noise, shielded from distractions, and guarded from premature exposure. The move requires your full energy, and any attachment that drains you will naturally fade away. Don't chase what's leaving. If it's meant for the next chapter, it will reappear there. For now, your only task is to stay aligned with peace. When the shift begins to manifest, you'll feel an odd sense of déjà vu. The place, the faces, the timing, it will all feel strangely familiar. That's because your soul recognized this destination long before your body did. You'll walk into rooms that feel like home even on the first day. You'll meet people who speak to your spirit like they've known you for lifetimes. That's how divine relocation works. It doesn't move you into the unknown, it moves you into remembrance. You're not discovering your destiny, you're returning to it. This move will stretch you, yes, but it will also set you free. You'll look back one day and realize that everything that made you uncomfortable was the universe trying to relocate you. The job that ended, the friendship that grew cold, the opportunity that fell through, they were not losses, they were coordinates. The universe was marking the map that would lead you home. So release the resistance. The shift isn't punishment, it's promotion. The universe doesn't move you without purpose. The pain you're feeling now is the echo of your old identity dissolving. It's making space for the person you're becoming. You're being repositioned for expansion, not escape. The next time you feel restless, remind yourself, this isn't the end, it's the beginning of everywhere you're meant to be. Everything around you has started to move faster, conversations feel temporary, emotions feel heightened, and even time seems to bend in strange ways. You sense something approaching, but it's not fear, it's anticipation. The shift you've been feeling in your spirit is no longer distant, it's unfolding now. The universe has begun to move the unseen pieces of your destiny into alignment. You can feel it in the way certain paths open without effort, in the way coincidences seem to multiply, in how peace starts to replace uncertainty. This is what transition feels like when it's divine. It doesn't ask for your permission. It simply arrives and calls you forward. You may start waking up at odd hours with your heart racing, not from anxiety, but from awareness. Your spirit knows that change is near. You'll feel disconnected from routines that once grounded you, but don't fight it. This is detachment in motion. The energy of your new season is already pulling you away from what no longer serves you. That's why things feel unsettled. You're halfway between worlds. The old is losing grip while the new is preparing to receive you. It's uncomfortable, but that tension means movement. You are being lifted, shifted, and placed exactly where you belong. You'll notice people reacting differently to you during this time. Some will grow quiet, sensing that your energy is changing. Others will try to hold on tighter, not realizing that they're part of the environment you're being called to leave behind. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Your vibration is rising, and the higher you go, the fewer people can breathe at that altitude. The loneliness you feel now is not emptiness, it's sacred isolation. The universe clears your space before expansion, ensuring that when new energy enters, it's pure. This relocation won't be about geography alone, it will begin internally. Your thoughts will shift first. You'll start thinking differently about yourself, your boundaries, your purpose. The way you used to settle for comfort will start to feel foreign. You'll crave challenge, growth, and authenticity. That internal shift will then echo outward. New opportunities, new connections, and eventually new locations. When the inside changes, the outside rearranges. You're not just moving to a new place, you're moving into a new version of you. The universe is strategic in how it transitions chosen souls. It doesn't reveal the full destination right away because faith is the vehicle that carries you there. If you saw every detail ahead of time, you'd rely on logic instead of trust. That's why right now the path looks unclear. The signs are there, but they're scattered. One door opens, another closes, a sudden opportunity appears, then vanishes. It's divine choreography. You're being positioned step by step, moment by moment, into a new vibration where everything aligns with precision. During this phase, resistance will tempt you. You'll question whether you're ready, whether you're imagining the signs, whether you're making a mistake. But remember, doubt always visits before destiny unfolds. You've grown too much to go backward, and the universe knows it. That's why doors you try to revisit will now reject you. The people you once leaned on will seem distant. The environments that once felt comfortable will feel heavy. It's not because you're being punished, it's because you've outgrown those frequencies. They can't sustain the version of you that's emerging. As your energy shifts, synchronicities will become your confirmation. You'll hear phrases that match your thoughts, see places that feel strangely familiar, meet strangers who speak words that sound like answers. These are not coincidences, they're spiritual checkpoints. The universe is letting you know you're on the right track. Even when it feels uncertain, you're still moving in alignment. Every detour, every delay, every disappointment has a purpose, to teach you trust in the unseen. The universe is not testing you anymore, it's training you to walk with precision. You will feel moments of stillness between the motion, where everything pauses just long enough to make you wonder if the transition stopped. It hasn't. That stillness is the recalibration of your energy. Every time you rest, the universe repositions something on your behalf. Don't mistake the quiet for stagnation, it's the inhale before your next leap. Trust that the same force that brought you this far will carry you through the rest. When the move begins to take form, it will happen suddenly. One message, one call, one encounter will trigger everything. What seemed impossible for months will unfold in days. You'll realize that the universe doesn't need time, it needs alignment. Once your energy matches your destiny, everything accelerates. You'll look around and realize that nothing about your life feels the same, and yet everything feels right. The heaviness lifts, the resistance breaks, you breathe freely again. That's how you'll know you've crossed over into your new vibration. And once you arrive, it won't just feel like a new place, it'll feel like purpose itself. You'll understand why certain delays hurt so much, why some seasons were so lonely, why certain people had to leave. You'll see that every ending was the universe setting the coordinates for this arrival. You'll finally feel at home, not because of the location, but because you've stepped into the alignment your spirit has been craving all along. The waiting was worth it, the discomfort was necessary, because this is where your destiny begins to unfold. The day comes quietly. There's no grand announcement, no thunder in the sky, just a stillness that feels different, softer, almost sacred. You wake up and realize something has changed, not outside of you, but within you. The restlessness that once filled your chest has disappeared. The heavy weight that made it hard to breathe has lifted. You don't know how to explain it, but you can feel it. You've crossed over. The transition that once terrified you has already happened. You're no longer in the same energetic location, even if your feet still touch the same ground. The shift is complete in spirit, and soon the physical world will follow. This is the part where peace replaces panic. Everything that once felt uncertain begins to make sense in slow motion. You start to see the patterns, the reasons certain doors closed, why some people left, why silence lasted so long. What looked like emptiness was really preparation. What looked like rejection was divine protection. The universe was clearing your path so that when you arrived here, you could move freely. You were being prepared to step into a new life with no residue of the old one. That's why it felt lonely. That's why it felt unfair, because rebirth always happens in solitude. Now the atmosphere feels lighter, more responsive. You'll start to notice that your thoughts manifest faster, that your intentions take form before you even speak them. That's the power of a new location. It obeys your energy. You've been planted in fertile soil. What once took years to build will start forming in weeks. The resistance that used to meet you at every turn has dissolved. Everything about this season feels open, fluid, alive. You'll realize that the universe didn't just move you to a new place. It elevated your frequency so that every environment you enter now bends toward harmony. You'll start meeting people who feel strangely familiar. They'll walk into your life as if they've been waiting for you all along. They won't need explanations to understand your energy. They'll recognize it. These are divine alignments, soul appointments, the relationships meant for this version of you. Gone are the days of forcing connections, chasing validation, or over-explaining your spirit. Your presence will now draw only those who vibrate at your frequency. The universe has filtered your circle. Every person arriving now is part of your assignment, not your distraction. There will be moments of awe when you catch yourself looking around, realizing that this reality once lived only in your prayers. You'll feel grateful in silence because you'll know what it cost to get here. You'll remember the nights when you almost gave up, the days when faith felt impossible, the moments you thought you were being punished when you were really being positioned. And in that reflection, gratitude will pour out of you effortlessly. You'll understand that every delay was a blessing wearing a disguise. You didn't lose time, you were being refined for divine timing. This new location won't just be a change of scenery, it will be a change of identity. You'll find yourself responding differently to things that used to trigger you. You'll move slower, speak gentler, and act with quiet certainty. You've become aware of your power not as control, but as peace. The world won't shake you anymore because you've built your home inside your spirit. You no longer need external validation because alignment itself feels like love. You'll finally understand that home isn't a place, it's a vibration. And you are living in it now. The opportunities that begin to appear will feel surreal. The job that fits your purpose, the door that opens without effort. the idea that suddenly finds its moment. It won't feel random because you'll know this was the plan all along. The universe was never withholding from you. It was waiting for you to evolve into the version of yourself that could hold what you asked for. You are now walking as that version, and everything meant for you is magnetized toward your new vibration. You'll see it in the way things start aligning without explanation. The flow will feel so natural that you'll wonder why you ever worried, and through it all you'll notice something powerful. The fear of the unknown is gone. It's been replaced by trust. You've stopped asking, "What if?" and started whispering, "I know." That's when you realize you've entered divine alignment. The unknown no longer feels threatening, it feels like adventure. The future doesn't scare you anymore because you finally understand that the universe never moves you without a destination. Every turn, every delay, every mystery had meaning. You are now living the promise that once felt impossible. The location of your life has changed, internally, spiritually, and physically. You've stepped out of waiting and into walking. The tests have turned into testimonies, the wandering into wisdom. You are no longer searching for where you belong. You've become it. And from this place forward, every door you walk through will open not because of luck, but because of alignment. You've reached the place the universe built with your name on it. Welcome home. The wind feels different now, softer, wiser, like it knows your name. Everything around you has adjusted to your new frequency, and for the first time in a long time, you feel still. You no longer wake up with that restless ache for what's next, because somehow you understand that what's next is already unfolding. You are where you're supposed to be. The universe didn't just change your location, it changed your reality. The air, the energy, even your thoughts feel unfamiliar, yet deeply right. You've entered the season where everything you lost begins to make sense, where the silence that once haunted you turns into a melody of peace. You start to notice that life flows differently here. Opportunities don't chase you, they align with you. People don't confuse you, they mirror your clarity. You no longer have to prove your worth to be chosen, you simply are. The lessons you carried from your old season are no longer wounds, they've become wisdom. Every scar has transformed into a symbol of strength. Every disappointment has turned into direction. You realize now that the move wasn't just a change in scenery, it was a divine relocation of identity. You were never meant to stay in the old version of yourself. You had to move to meet the future you were praying for. This new place doesn't demand your energy, it amplifies it. You walk differently now, not with pride, but with peace. The same streets that once felt too narrow for your dreams now feel like open skies. You no longer look over your shoulder wondering who's watching, who's judging, or who's leaving. You've learned that when the universe shifts you, it doesn't remove people to hurt you, it removes distractions to focus you. The ones meant to walk this new path with you will appear naturally. You don't have to chase what's aligned, it finds you when your energy is ready. Every chosen soul reaches this moment of still victory, the quiet confirmation that the storm did its job. You're not bitter about what broke, you're grateful. You don't mourn what ended, you bless it for leading you here, because if those doors hadn't closed, you wouldn't have discovered this peace. If those people hadn't left, you wouldn't have learned solitude. And if that old life hadn't collapsed, you would have mistaken comfort for purpose. The universe took from you only what couldn't survive in your future. Now you see that what you called loss was really preparation disguised as pain. In this new location, your intuition feels sharper. You can sense energy before it speaks, truth before it's shown, endings before they arrive. That's not paranoia, it's power. The same lessons that hurt you have become the shield that guards your peace. You move with quiet awareness, no longer reacting, only responding. You're not easily shaken, not easily persuaded, not easily drained. That's what transformation does, it builds emotional wealth. You're not fragile anymore because you've been forged in divine fire. And everything that once intimidated you now feels small compared to the strength of your spirit. The blessings that begin to arrive now won't feel like miracles, they'll feel Like justice, they'll fit perfectly without effort because they were always meant for you. The universe withheld them until you became ready to hold them without fear.